Good morning, everybody. Once again, it's Man Cave Dialogue. I'm your host, Eric Yarborough.
And I'm your co-host, Cordero Ashton, aka C's.
And I'm your resident pastor, Pastor Cedric C. Maddox.
I didn't, hey, Pastor, I ain't looking to see his eyes because last time, remember he told me I look in his eyes. He lost it. So I made sure I turned my. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Good morning, doing good.
How was Christmas? I ain't seen
Oh,
y'all.
man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Well, Christmas for us was really laid back and cool. I was at my mother in law. So, she kind of did the whole Christmas dinner thing. Man, I like it when it's peaceful, when it's quiet. The boys are older, so there's no wrapping paper to clean up. I'm good.
That's good. Mine was good too. Went over my great uncle's house and spent Christmas dinner with his family. Haven't did that in a long time, so that was different. And Winston loved his Christmas. All he just looked forward to cars. That's all he was looking for was cars. And the scooter you got him, he was like enjoying that. He helped me put that together. And the girls enjoyed their Christmas, and I as well, and my wife. So yeah, it was cool. How about you?
Christmas was good, man. It's different. It's two dynamics. DJ want clothes and money, and Max want Reebok's gift cards and still toy. He still want gifts. So it was good, man. It's amazing how you see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just want money and clothes, and Max is like, well, I don't got no presents in the tree. Where my presents at? So he was telling me and Tanya all the time, like, hey, I only got 3 presents. I only got 5 presents. He would count, like, come in and count. Yeah. I was like, wow. But, it's important, I guess, for them. They want something to open, I guess, at that age. So
Yeah.
it was cool.
How did the event go? You did? What was it Christmas
yeah, it was
morning?
good. It was Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
We had over about 1,000 kids, man.
Oh wow!
It was a good event.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We had a whole U-Haul loaded. We ran out of toys for anybody 10 and above.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know so many, like, there's a lot of 10, 12s coming in, and there was a lot of 3 to 5. So that's good. We had a lot of 3 to 5s. We had more 3 to 5s than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So. But the older kids, like, we ran out. We just had to give them like a stuffed animal or something. But they got something. We had stuffed animals. We had like hats, gloves. We had like hand sanitizer, wipes, all that stuff out there for everybody.
Okay.
So it was cool. It was a good event, man. It's always good to give back,
Yeah.
People feel appreciative and happy that they got something. So
Mm-hmm.
So you did the serve another.
I, you could read, yeah, serve another.
Serve one another. Yeah. You see my shirt? That's what you did. Serve one another.
Did they just give you that shirt, or did you have to serve one another?
I had to serve in order to get the shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Glad some of us serve, unlike other people, Pastor.
I understand.
Me and Pastor talking. Pastor, he's talking. That means somebody feel left out. See, you niggas fucked up.
Well,
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
Bring your tail with me. Hey, Pastor, he couldn't get it. Now I got to read it to him. Hey, Pastor, it's hard in here. It's hard, Pastor.
Caesar's coming along, man. He still got that new daddy, on him. That's what it is.
Yo, I think when they made that procedure, they took some other stuff out.
On top of the COVID shot.
Don't blame it on a coke shot. I did that. Snip. So, C's 2023.
Mm-hmm.
From January to now, like, what has been your good points and your bad takeaways from 2023?
I would say I have a lot of good points from 2023, so I'll start there. Being able to take the girls to Disney World was a high factor for me this year because they never been, and just allowing them to see something different, other than Six Flags and Busch Gardens, and just experience a different level of life was just amazing. We were able to go to two different parks. We went to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, and the look on their face when they had the fireworks later on that night, and they were crying. I'm like, wow, it was a great experience. Other thing was getting Sanaya a car this year, being able to do that for her, and what else? What else? One of the things that I wish I could have done was get my moving truck that I was just close to getting, but it wasn't financial. It's just getting my ducks in a row. More so, hey, I'm about to go ahead and get this truck, but what's my car insurance going? What's the insurance going to be? My LLC and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to jump right now. Just get everything taken care of. So that was one of my disappointing moments of 2023 because I was right there, ready to go in and just get it. But I had to really think in reality of what I needed to do before I can get there. What was another thing? Got more money at work, so that was a plus. And just growing in me. That's it. That's it.
How about you, Pastor? What's some of your highlights for the 2023, man?
Man, some of the highlights for the 2023, of course, the church relocated itself, and so that was really big. Also, participating in a greater community with some other pastors, man, who wanted to really do some work in the community, putting our feet on the ground, getting our hands dirty. That's always good. Um, I guess one of the other things I'm like, Siege, I jump. I'm kind of that ready, fire, aim dude. So learning how to rest, man, learning how to know what projects to put your hand to and what projects not to put your hand to. That was one of the biggest things I had to learn during this year. Because a lot of things are going on within your household, within your family, as the boys are in that emerging adulthood stage. And really, you would think about how much attention kids need when they're really, really young, when they are emerging adults and they're looking to launch and all of that good stuff. There's another set of skills that you need as a parent, and and a different type of attention that you have to give. So that's been one of the biggest, I guess, if you will, hills to climb for me in 2023. What about you, my man?
I think one of the biggest things I think is like just being able to provide and help, within community throughout, that's one of the things I do all the time. But just being able to do that continuously is, something that I love to do. Just going out with the homeless, like New Year's Day, we're going to the nursing homes, give out stuffed animals. It's like it's always stuff to do within the community. And I think one of the takeaways I got to do, I think I got to figure out like working less. Because I work last couple of months, I've been working late, 12 hours, 14 hours. So I just got to, try to not work as much. And I know Max have certain days, and I try to make sure I'm there. Like for basketball, Tuesdays and Saturday, I tell them, hey, those days, y'all on your own because I got to do that. But I need to make it more. Like, hey, nah, I can't go, or yeah, I can't stay late. Get somebody else to try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with jobs. It's like they say you're not replaceable, but like some of the stuff I do, I'll be like the only person that be doing it. So it's like if I don't do it, who else gonna do it? Just gonna sit and do it. So I just think I gotta have that life work balance a little bit more. And that's just something that I'm just a hard worker. I'm like, all right, I just want to get it done. I'll do it or whatever. So this is something I gotta work on. So
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting you bring up work-life balance, man. I read this book called The Cycles of Life, and there are seasons, there are cycles, and then there are rhythms. And it sounds like what you're looking for is a better rhythm on your day to day, your week to week. You know, you may be in a cycle, your job may be in a cycle where it needs a little bit more of your attention, but that cycle can't be continuous. You feel me?
yeah,
And so they're going to have to, or like you're doing, putting up healthy boundaries, saying, hey, fellas, during basketball season or whatever it is that's really, really important to Max, you don't look for me because I'm telling you, during this cycle or during this particular season, Max gets my number one attention. And what freed me, and the reason why I bring that up, because we constantly look for a work-life balance, and work and life is never balanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's never balanced because you're trying to give the same energy to one and to the other, and you just can't do it. You may have a good day where you seem like you check everything off on your list, but everything on your list either had to do with your professional life or your personal life, or, like you, Eric, you going out doing your community life. But this is your season for that. You cycle that. This is that time of year for you. And everybody who's involved with you, who knows you, who's connected to you, hey, they know that this is Eric's cycle every single year. So there's no need to pull on him because his attention is somewhere else, right? And it frees us from being in this, what I would say, this prison of trying to balance everything, because everything won't be balanced. But everybody can know that they are important to you, who are connected to you, if they know your rhythm and their time to get your attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
I'm like a pastor. I be serving. I'm like that's why they call me the deacon. I see why I'm a deacon. And pastor, I
Yes.
understand and give sees any deaconships or anything. Because he's not out there serving with us, Pastor. Sees. Come on, Sees, get on the job.
Pastor C, you're gonna have to send one of these shirts up here to him. That's what he's hinting at.
Pastor, give me a 2X shirt. Thank you, brother. Hey, but you see what happened? He didn't say send 2. Oh. Pastor, did he say send 2? He said you gotta
He didn't
get
say
him.
anything.
I know
Well,
my
maybe
place.
because if we look at it, Cordell is in that season where Winston is his number one priority.
Right.
Winston in the house, and he did something for his girls, and he got the joy of seeing them have an expression on their face, just by the sacrifice he made. So this is the season for him to do all of that, and he's not willing to sacrifice their season for somebody else's.
Mm.
And that's a value decision that C's had to make. And I think if we get into value decisions, that will help us, right? I don't think he's against serving. At least I don't think so. I'm gonna
No.
pray his way to heaven on that.
Hey, you'd be
But
amazed. There's a lot of people that's not willing to serve and
Mm-hmm.
look upon the people that's like less than them. And I don't understand that. You
I
know
don't.
what I
I
mean?
was about to say I don't understand that either, because it's like, giving back, like the times that I have gone out with you. It's just a warm place in my heart to just be like, wow, think about what I got, and think about the struggles that I sometimes be like, oh, how's this gonna get done? How's that gonna get done? And going out with you and this person ain't got a pot to, or a window to throw it out of. And I'm like, wow, it truly changed your dynamic on life, and
Hey, before you have kids, I used to take them all the time. Me and C's, it was the place with what was that big place? I went and bought all them sneakers when you went with me.
That was out in
And the lady was like,
Glen Burnie.
you want all the sneakers? And we loaded up my
Range
my
Rover.
Range Rover, your car. The lady's like,
Tiffany's
car. Oh, we had to call people to say, hey, I need y'all to come because we don't got no room to put. And my whole house was filled with sneakers
and jackets and coats. Yeah.
The lady's like, I want everything. The lady thought we was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And we went past, I'm trying to tell you, we went down to the basement in the Helping Up Mission. It was real small. And man, we still got the pictures. The guys is in there hugging us, crying, everything. Because we gave them sneakers and jacket. Everybody got a pair of sneakers and a jacket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's big. And the thing that I'm loving about it there's two things. Actually, that was seized in that season before he had kids. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't a balance. He gave you what he could because that was at that time when he could put the bulk of his attention. That's number one. Number two, man, I was thinking about when you were saying people looking down, right? And that's because I know in at least churches get pimped all the time, man. There are people who hit one church, then they hit another church, then they hit another church, and then they hit another church. And they'll take the same power bill to each church, right? And yeah, Cordero, he's over there like, for real? Yeah, people do it all the time. And that puts a bad taste in the mouth. But what I'm loving is the fact that this is something you do on your own. This is something that, is not about just coming to a building or the institution. It's about you being God's representative in the earth. And I've been sharing that message in 2023 more and more and more, that let's stop looking at what the institution does. Let's look at what individuals do, because that's where the real impact is made. The real impact is made with individuals, person to person relationships, seeing, as you said, guys or individuals having a response of overwhelming joy, tears, smiles, hugs. I'm checking it out. I'm checking out Hope Lifetime Achievement Award. I see you, baby. I see you. Eric the Grinch, Yarborough. I feel it.
They gave that to me. I was shocked. It was like, I act like the Grinch, but I still do everything. I always tell them no. But I always do it, man. It's like, I just think that, like you were saying, it's a lot of things out here. It's a lot of people that they go through the struggle, man. It could be like you a season, it's a year somebody just struggling through. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know what one or two gifts would do and help out a family, man. And I just tell everybody, like, even though during the time, man, I hate it. I'm trying to tell you, Pastor, like the day before these events, we gotta load up. Everybody see the events, but y'all don't see all the stuff like
go behind it. Yeah,
like what we had to
it's
do. People don't see all the stuff that you gotta do to get to handing stuff out.
That's not my size.
That's
not my color.
People be mad at you like, why you giving me that? I ain't the color I want.
Do you know how early I had to get up to come out here to do this for you? That's what you want to say.
Yeah, but you be like, what color you want? What's your size? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's always a few that messes it up for people, but you just gotta figure your way through it, man.
What pushes you every year to do? Because you do this every year.
Every year, over 20 years.
Over 20 years. Over 20 years.
And we used to do it by ourselves, but now, I got hooked up with Doc and them. And, we used to do a coat drive every year. We used to go down to the women's shelter. Remember, because we couldn't go in. Tiffany had to go because we went to a place where battered women was, so the men couldn't go in. So me and C's and Sean had to wait outside. Tiffany and Gloria went inside. So we used to go there every year, but then we went to Caress House right up the street from there. They let us come in and start setting stuff up. I mean, I just think that when I came to Baltimore, and I saw a lot when guys, in Jersey, in Newark, it's at the in the Penn Station, it's people out there begging and stuff, and it was a guy that was begging, was a millionaire out there. And it's people like that, like Pastor was saying, that utilize, like go to church, say, hey, I need my light bill paid. They give it. I need my light bill paid. They get them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But for the people that like need help, it's a lot of people. Like the reason I did Helping Up Mission was I met Keith Hayes.
Yeah.
Me and Keith are still tight to this day. He's like my brother. I met him. He was like, they recovering addicts. They trying to get in. They need help because a lot of them didn't have interview skills. Remember we used to do one-on-ones? Me, you, Jared. We used to go down there. I set him up with a mentor. And we used to mentor, take him out to lunch, spend an hour or two with him. We used to do that, Saturdays, right?
Yeah, Saturdays.
We used to go Saturdays for about 2 hours. I'm like, hey, everybody needs y'all to go to mentor somebody. So we used to do that. It's just people need somebody. They need an outlet, Pastor. And like Pastor's an outlet for people. Some of these guys just need an outlet to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm struggling. Like, man, Keith called me a couple of times, like, hey, I'm in a bad place, whatever. I'm like, all right, you just need to talk. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, me and Pastor got a lot of things in common. He's a pastor, but for me, I was like a therapist or something for some of these, helping them, And I think my motivation is like, I never know if I'm ever gonna be there. We never know. No one never knows. And the reason I did that because it's a true story. I got laid off. Lucky I paid my rent for the whole year. I saved money. I ain't crazy. But for real, if I never saved nothing, I probably would have been out on the street. Wow. I swear to God. When I moved to Maryland, I came and I worked at it was a startup company. They went under. I didn't find a job for about whole 8 months. 8 months. But lucky, I said, hey, anything can happen. But that motivates me to help because I was there. I was there. I wasn't homeless, but I was close to it. You know what I mean? And that opened my eyes like, hey, and I said that. I said, whenever I find a job, I swear, I prayed. I said, when I find a job, I'm going to help as many people as I can help.
Wow.
For real, because I ain't need help, but I was close to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I didn't save, I probably would have been homeless.
So that point on, that's been your season, and you have stuck through it for the 20 years. This is what you do.
I'm gonna do it till the day I die. Wow. See, and my thing is, if I can't do it, I need my sons to carry it on to help me do it. You know what I mean? Right. And that's one thing I try to instill with them. I bring it. EJ was out there. EJ comes out there with me, Max, Tanya. If you're part of my family, this is something everybody knows that this is what I do. Everybody, even my friends, they know. They're like, oh, when is the event coming? Whatever. Everybody know.
So with that being said, man, this is the gospel made practical. And again, I've been hammering that 2023 more than I ever had before, because you are the living church. Jesus says, greater works than these shall you do. So yes, Jesus has fed his 5,000 on one occasion, 4,000 on another. But over 20 years, how many thousands of people has Eric touched with the love of Christ? We don't know. I'm really concerned about this desire for everyone to want to do the miraculous when there are miracles happening every single day, every single year, with different rhythms and cycles of life and people as yourself. And yes, you saw someone out there who was a millionaire, but that did not stop you. It did not deter you from the thing that God had put on you. And so who would ever think that Eric Yarborough has the gift of giving? One of the gifts mentioned in the Bible is the gift of giving. And so what I'm saying to you all is to the brothers and to everybody out there is that there is the work going on. There's the church made practical, the individual, which is what God has called us to be. He called us to be sent ones. Eric was sent out to give to those who did not have what he has. And now he has given it, not only, watch this, because the Bible teaches us that we also are to leave an inheritance for our children's children. So now he's given his sons, EJ and Max, an inheritance of the gift of God to give to others. So he's passed this thing down through his lineage. That's how powerful the gospel is, and that's how impactful it can be on the individual level. The church is just the hype point, man. Let me just go ahead and put it like that. You know, it's your pep rally, it's your locker room, it's your strategy place, but the field is out there.
Hey,
The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And so, Eric, you don't even know, man. You don't know how many people may have been so touched by your gift of giving, man, that it broke them enough. It cracked the hardness of their heart just enough so that the light of the gospel can get in. You on mission, brother. You on mission, man. So I just want to keep on. I just want to give you, you know, your kudos while they can be given to tell you to keep on doing your thing. And look, Kadero's saying for you, man, you are establishing something in a family, man. You're giving something in a lineage. See, many people think that it's got to be, you know, outside of their home, but if we don't start in the home, man, you know, we look hypocritical. We look hypocritical. And so what you putting in Winston right now, what you putting in those girls right now, man, it is saving generations. You're breaking curses, bruh. You're breaking curses just by a man of God being present. Whatever you're dealing with, I don't know, man. Every man, every household deals with something. But at the end of the day, you're breaking curses, man. You're breaking curses. It's the church individual, not the church institutional. Keep on doing it, man. And then one day when Winston has a little bit more strength in his legs, you may say, hey, we're going over here to Uncle Eric's and we're getting ready to go serve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was in one household is in two. That's how discipleship works, man. It multiplies like that. What was in one lineage is now in two. And then those two make it four, and those four make it eight. You know, it keeps going, it keeps going. So, man, I just want to go ahead and, you know, again, man, I'm so much about the gospel being practical that you cats are hyping me up right now. I appreciate you. I love you, brothers. I love you for your real work, your real love that you're out here doing in the community. Thank you, man, because for guys like me who stand up every week, we think we ain't reaching anybody, but yet we're in a conversation with two real men. I realize that God is working, and it gives me hope because so many days you feel like, man, why I'm standing up here? Why am I going through this every week? Why am I studying so hard? Nobody's getting it. Everybody just sitting here. They want to warm fuzzy and go home. But then there are those who go home, but then they go further.
And do the work.
God bless you both, man.
Thank you too.
hey, I wonder, I guess, from a pastor, from your seat, how do, I guess, like I was telling y'all before we got on the air, like the old school pastors, how they feel about if you say it's just the gospel, you know, or just a pep rally for churches. Because you know the old school pastors, they ain't trying to hear that. They ain't like, we ain't not, you know, just the gospel. We're not a pep rally. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I know you know, personally, Pastor, and you know, we have a lot of different conversations and stuff. And you know, and I feel like a lot of pastors don't keep it real. Like me and you always talk. Like, hey, I'm like, I wish pastors would just keep it real with me instead of just give me the rah rah like that. And that's what they give you. Like you just saying, it's like a pep rally. They give you this rah rah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, you know, the old school, you know, depending on what generation they're from, man. I like to call myself that bridge generation, man. You know, I'm 50, 54, so I'm right there in the middle. But the old heads, for them, the church was the center of life. Everything had to happen at the church. It was the one place that the community could come and folks were safe. It was the civil rights. It was the voters registration drive. It was, you name it, it all happened out of the institution of the church. What they didn't realize is that these individuals were coming together at a meeting place to get things done for a whole community, right? And what happened, especially in the 70s, I said transition to 80s, is that the meeting place stopped being the central place to get everything else done. Then you come into the 90s and we started getting the internet and different ways of communication. People didn't have to come to the meeting place to get information anymore. So if I wanted to know what was going on, all I had to do was turn on my computer. Just like today, your phone, man, it gives you everything. As we say out there for the new school and for the new heads out here, they're like, look, man, there's no shortage of word. Everybody got a word now. Everybody preaching. When I look at the Instagram and some of these other social media platforms, everybody's trying to have a word, right? I'm sitting here with all this education behind me, but yet I still get inspired by somebody who just gets on, man, and out of their heart, they speak a word. So if there's a word everywhere, I don't have to go to the meeting place. So what the old heads don't realize, man, is that our culture has shifted. And since our culture has shifted, we need to inspire individuals to do what they were coming to the institution to do anyway. You don't have to have, a building that seats 500 anymore. Your building can seat 250 and you go multiple worship services.
Or streaming.
Oh, yeah.
Or streaming. Man, look, right now, to be honest with you, there are people who claim that they go to XYZ church, but they only show up once a month. But they say, oh, that's my pastor. That's my church. And we only see you once a month. If we see you then. What you say, C's?
I said, right. Even if you see them then.
Yeah, even if you see them. So I'm sitting here saying the paradigm has shifted, man. The paradigm has shifted. And what we need to do is multi-purpose our buildings for more practical, hands-on, boots on the ground type ministry. Organizations coming together and using one building for multiple purposes. And then the church becomes viable again as the institution, right? But individuals such as yourselves who are out here getting it every single day or every single year, look, man, you don't need to come to my building to do what you do. You just said it. You had it in your basement. Praise God. I know some old heads who will get upset, like, you should have came to the church. Why? That's just 2 trips. He got to take it out of the car at home and, take it out, put it in the car, take it out the car, then put it back in the car and take it back out the car. That's stupid.
Hey, you know what the thing is? I think a lot of them want the church to be included in some of that glory.
Yeah.
Cool.
That too.
Nah, that's why they say, why you ain't include us? Because they want to be in, because when we did it, You know what I mean? We didn't have no one else or nothing. It was just us. I bought a photographer. We had everything. Remember the Jenica?
Yeah, I remember her.
I bought everybody. People from work just want to be included. It's like, how can I help?
You had people from all
That's
over.
what I'm saying.
See, and so here's the deal. Then for me, I can't speak for anybody else. I'm just speaking for me, fellas. What I would have done is said, how can we promote you? What can we do to push you? How can we make sure that you got everything you need? And then it could have been, however you do it, Eric the Grinch, Yarborough, and come at Refreshing Word Church and because we're the location. I don't know. But the bottom line is, man, the church got to get out of, as you just said, wanting to be in the light. Just be the light. You don't have to be in the light. Be the light. Be the light. Right? And I tell people, they're not coming for me. There's no shortage of good preachers. There's no shortage of word. They're coming for you. They come in because they see something different in you. And because you trust me, they'll trust me. But they're not just trusting me because I'm standing up here and I got theatrics or, I've said something so witty, so smart that nobody else said. They're trusting Eric Yarborough. They see my relationship with Eric Yarborough. Because Eric Yarborough trusts me, then Cordell Patterson trusts me. Siege trusts me. And then because Siege trusts me, Tanya trusts me. You feel me? So I just want the relationship so that service can happen. The light of the gospel can get out. That's all we really want, man. That's all we should want. I can't speak for anybody else. I'm just saying, who I am, how I roll, what I do, but the church has to shift its platform. It's got to shift. God never meant for it to be such the institution. He meant for it to be the individual.
Mm.
If you look at the scripture, man, the one thing in the book of Acts, I tell you, it's just there. The gospel did not spread in the book of Acts until there was persecution because everybody was at the mega church in Jerusalem. Jerusalem had 4,000. I mean, it's on the popping, praise and worship is hitting. I mean, it's going on. And the God is like, this is not what I said. I told you to go and make disciples. Go. And wherever you are going, teach them the same things I taught you. Paraphrasing Matthew 28, 18 through 20. Right? And so we got to this point where we just want to hold up in the building and sit there and chill. And, the band is over here thumping. And then here come Reverend Bro Pastor going to come out, with whatever he got on for the day that he didn't wear the same outfit twice. You just don't know. We waiting to see Reverend Bro Pastor come out. Man, forget that. That's not what God said. So God does things like COVID.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
So we can get up out of these buildings.
Wow.
Yeah,
Right? And do what he's told us to do.
I just wish more pastors think like you, though. That's the problem.
I would say, since he's been talking, the church that I attend now, Union, it's good because it's just not about coming to church and hit a pastor. They have like individual groups, like they have the outreach program. They have married couples events. They have all these different. Everybody's like a part of doing something, and it's just not you coming in here. The church is not just we the church. You got to do it this way, but they have it like I'm trying to explain the word. They have it like individual groups. Like there's a group for
I know
everything.
what you're talking about. Every ministry is doing their thing, right?
And we're not dependent on the pastor. We're not dependent on the pastor at all.
Exactly. And
love
man, and you know how many people like I was I had like one situation where battered women. I said, hey, look, y'all meet outside of here. Don't even come here. I know there's a bunch of women who are battered, domestic violence or whatever. The last thing they want to do is come into a new environment.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all have church away from here. Then I'll come to you. And when they get comfortable enough, then they come to us. And people thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy. I'm like, no. They need to, first of all, get comfortable with each other. Right? I had another group that was meeting at Waffle House once a month on Saturdays. I had another group, and the thing is that they didn't keep the momentum because it didn't feel like church. What feeling is that? You see, that's the problem, right? That's the problem. And so, when Eric's sister-in-law sometimes give him a little bit of, ribbon on stuff, I'm like, nah, leave the man alone. He all right. Jesus got him. Jesus got him, because how many people are doing what Eric's been doing for 20 years?
Right.
We do it one time, and you know what we do?
Oh yeah.
One time. But how many times can you do it for 20 years? How many times did he not receive thanks? Did he not receive recognition? Did he not receive any kudos?
Mm-hmm.
But because the love of God is in his heart, he keeps going. He made a promise to the Lord. See, I folk make promises to the Lord all the time. They don't keep. They take that same money and go on vacation with it, but they promise the Lord, if I ever get a good job, God, I'm gonna give. I'm gonna bless the church. I'm gonna bless the ministry. Bro, pastor ain't gonna have to worry about that.
Right.
Ain't synced him. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely right. You're definitely right.
That is hilarious.
But all right, guys. I mean, 2023 is like how you run the water through our hands. It's going through our hands. 2024 be right
slowly
here.
trickling away.
Yep. So I just think that hopefully 2024 will be better for both of you brothers. You know,
Same for you.
I pray that, you know, all your accomplishments, y'all get all your accomplishments. You know, everything you pray for, you're rewarded. You know, keep doing the great things you do, Pastor. I know you feel like, you know, everybody's not listening or getting the word, but just know there's some people that's probably not even in your church, but they hear the word from you just talking to them. So just don't think that you're touching the people inside the church. You could be touching the people that's outside the church just talking to them. So just always feel that someone's always listening. If it's not us, it's God listening to you. Sorry, we don't listen to everything you say. But yeah, just know that, you know, you're doing good things, man. I know I tell you that all the time, but like, you know, you're like a brother to me, and I just feel that, you know, a lot of good blessings are gonna come your way. But like everything takes time, man. And, you know, we always want instant gratitude, and I know I do too. All the time, I go through stuff. I just want instant gratitude, but it always takes time for us to get to where we want to get. So.
Yeah, I would say I appreciate both of you guys, and looking forward to in 2024 more of this.
Hey, Pastor, we always available, Pastor.
And this is being recorded, so anytime you want to play this back and remember what I said, you're more than welcome. But you know, I enjoyed this, have been enjoying this, you know, and just you know, looking forward to what God got in store for you, E, and Pastor C. You know, just hoping the dynamics for yourself, and you know, what you feel like people. I hope that changes. You know, for you, you know, you can see more change in the upcoming year. What people are listening and they do hear you, and just not just in the church, but outside, Facebook, YouTube. You know, because we are on all those platforms. You know, so you know, it's just appreciative to, you know, be amongst good men, you know, and I'm looking forward to spending the next year with you guys.
You might be fine.
Amen. I appreciate it, fellas, and God bless you both, man, as we look forward to the new year, the new things that God is going to do, because he's always doing something new. God bless you.
Appreciate that. Have a good one, guys.
Happy New
You too.
Year.
Happy New Year.